Hello and welcome to this video where I will give instructions for how you play using the King Conquest plugin on the kingconquest.eu servers. My name is Digod, also known as Simon, and I am the lead developer of the plugin as well as a builder and head admin on the server. The King Conquest plugin is a PvP plugin where you battle other players to take control of control points, outposts and objectives. We can see some of these objectives and outposts right here, 3 of them scattered across the world. These are outposts. They are single beacon targets that you can conquer for your kingdom and increase the income that you get on a regular basis. There are 4 main commands for you as a player in this plugin, and those are 2 commands for joining and leaving a kingdom. The king c join command and the king c leave command. You also have the king c conflict command and the king c TP command. They look like follows: /king c join, /king c leave, /king c conflict, and /king c TP. The TP is followed by capital most commonly, but there will also be functions for teleporting to different places that your kingdom owns, such as outposts and objectives. Right now, I think I am in one of these kingdoms. I'm gonna leave it for now, and I'm gonna join the kingdom Vargarda by writing in the name. Right now there are 3 kingdoms in the game, and these are warring against each other all the time for these different objectives and targets. This right here is a single beacon outpost, and these are the smallest objectives that you can target as a player and conquer for your kingdom. They are single out beacons that just stand around in the wilderness. This one is connected to this bridge right here. It's called Valbro. The way you take over Valbro from the defending kingdom Vargarda, right now I'm in the kingdom Goofland, the red kingdom. You walk up to it, stand fairly close to it, and then you start crouching, and you can also move around. And we can see here how the glass starts to change color, and it actually shows you a transitional pattern for how close you are to taking this over from your enemy. So right now the top glass is white, which means that it's almost neutral. So if I just continue a little while more here, bam, we can see how the top banner right here turns white, and this means that no one currently owns this beacon. I can now continue doing this until my kingdom controls it. So that's the basics of the plugin really. You walk up to these beacons and you try to take them over, and you hope that there are no defenders nearby to kick your ass, basically. So you walk up, crouch, and wait. Apart from the single beacon objectives, or outposts as they are called, there are also multi-beacon objectives, large objectives like this one here, Fayun, which is a trading post in the desert. It has 4 smaller beacons and 1 big beacon. Now, one important note to make is that the big beacon cannot be captured by itself, so you cannot crouch near the big beacon and take it over. The big beacon simply shows which kingdom is currently owning the objective, and the only way to capture an objective from the defending kingdom is to take all the smaller beacons. So, like before, I was in the red team. I can walk up to this beacon and start capturing it by crouching. As soon as 1 beacon has been taken over, you can see here in the chat that it announces to the server that Vargarda has lost control of Smithy. A conflict has been initiated between Goofland and Vargarda over Fayun. And this lets people know that this conflict has just started, and they can start teleporting in to defend or attack the objective that you just initiated a conflict in. And you do this by writing /king c conflict and then the name of the objective that you want to fight over. In this case it's Fayun. So that will teleport you to a random beacon within the objective that is owned by your kingdom. And as I mentioned earlier, the only way to capture the whole objective is to take every single small beacon from the enemy. So I will just go here and take this over. An important thing to note is that if you die during fighting, there will be a respawn timer for when you can use the conflict command again, which means that you will be out of the objective for a set time. It might be like 25 seconds, 30 seconds. It's not set in stone right now, but keep that in mind. It's not fun to die. You have to wait a while before you can start battling again. Yeah, so here we have the last beacon in this objective, controlled by the defenders, their last bastion of hope, so to say. I will take this over and we will see how the big beacon changes color to the red team, and the conquest is total or absolute. There we go. And we also get some fireworks to celebrate the epic conquest. So this is the main game. You take over outposts, you take over objectives, you fight the enemy, and you try to lead your kingdom to victory. An important thing to note as well is that the plugin is hooked into economy, so you will get more money if your kingdom is doing well. The more objectives and the more outposts that your kingdom controls, the more money you get. So that's the carrot for you. So I've now shown you how to take over outposts and objectives, how to fight and how to join the different conflicts that are ongoing in the world. But there's one more thing about the plugin that's really important for you as a player, and that's the DynMap integration. If you go to the kingconquest.eu webpage, you will have here a DynMap called the Conquest map. And the plugin will continuously update the current state of the game in the world. So you can see here the different objectives, which are represented by a large circle, the outposts, otherwise known as the single beacon objectives, the small circles here, Bohus, Valbro, etc. We can see here Fayun, which I took over earlier. We can also see stars, which represent the capitals of the different kingdoms. It's important to know that the capitals can never be conquered by other kingdoms. The capitals always stay within the kingdom. We can see here the Vargarda kingdom at the south and the Goofland kingdom in the north. So this is really important for you when you plan out your strategic approach of how to take over which objectives at what time. And it's also important for you to learn the different names of the objectives and outposts if you want to use the upcoming feature, which is to teleport to owned objectives and outposts. So for example, let's say I want to attack Fayun, I'm in the green team or Vargarda. Perhaps I want to first teleport to Bohus and then run and attack Fayun from there, instead of running all the way from the capital up here. So yeah, you can see here there are also some grey objectives and outposts, and these are basically targets that are neutral. No one is controlling them at the moment. It will be very easy to take control of such a place, and it should be first priority, really. Well, that concludes this video on how to use the plugin. Feel free to just ask anything about the plugin to mods as well, and if you help us test this plugin and the different mechanics and so forth, please consider to head out to the forums on the kingconquest.eu webpage and post the feedback there. There is a thread called plugin feedback or something similar like that, where you can share your thoughts and stuff like that. I will always take these suggestions and considerations into account when I further develop this plugin. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and hope you'll have fun time playing the plugin when it goes live, like sometime next week. Bye.